on to a lighter story here because the Super Bowl is more than 4 months away, but now we know who the headliner will be. And yes, that is Bad Bunny, announcing on Instagram that he is taking the stage in Northern California in February. In a statement, he said, "This is for my people, my culture, and our history." CBS News correspondent and our resident super fan, Lilia Luciano, joins us now for much more. You know it's true, Lilia. Okay, so I want to talk big picture here with you, okay? Because Bad Bunny previously said he would not tour in the U.S. due to concerns over ICE raids. So can you walk us through the politics of this announcement?
You know, I think a lot of people from my Bad Bunny loving world are not surprised, but are thrilled. He did say that. Bad Bunny was concerned that ICE raids could target people going to his shows, so he did a 31-date residency in Puerto Rico, which was historic. Now he said in a tweet last night before the big announcement came out, well, you know, after discussing it with my team, I will do one show in the U.S. And of course, this is the Super Bowl. A lot of people were wondering whether it was going to be Taylor Swift. I mean, there were other names, but this is such an important moment. And I think you're right to ask about politics. Bad Bunny, although he is a massive commercial success, and he's not one person to make very controversial statements, I went to 2 of his shows of the residency and of course watched the one that was on Amazon Music Live a couple of weekends ago. His message is about empowerment. His message is not just about empowerment to Puerto Ricans and with very specific lyrics, with very specific symbols, but I think to all Latinos, to all immigrants. That song, Debí tirar más fotos, which is the name of the album, is all about a message of displacement. It's about a message of the nostalgia for those who have to leave. The implicit message in that whole tour was about the millions of Puerto Ricans who have had to leave the island to thrive, to survive. A lot of this has to do with a lack of sovereignty. A lot of this has to do with the fact that Puerto Ricans are not represented in Congress and that there have been policies that have been passed over many decades that have pushed more and more Puerto Ricans to leave. And the song is all about, you know, I hope mine or my family or my close ones don't have to leave. And that is a message that really resonates with immigrants across this country. The message, the moment where it was announced, both by NBC and by Apple Music, you see Bad Bunny sitting on a goalpost wearing a pava. The pava, the straw hat that you've seen, not just him, but everybody who goes to the shore, who goes and gets it as a souvenir and comes back or goes back to the countries where they were when they went to the residency, is a symbol of the Puerto Rican sugarcane farmers of the mid-19th century. And it became, in the mid-20th century, kind of a promise that there would be this robust middle class. That promise was short-lived. That promise, many experts have pointed to the lack of power and sovereignty that have pushed, as I said, millions of Puerto Ricans out of the island, that closed the manufacturing sector out of a measure that was passed in Congress that phased out between 1996 and 2006, that resulted over the last couple of decades in the closing of nearly 1,200 schools. Bad Bunny, part of the show that he had on Amazon, is working to build schools. He already has one school through his foundation to promote STEM education on the island. It's really, I mean, Bad Bunny, although he hasn't made very controversial statements, we did see with Nueva York in the video that there was, when the video was released, there's a moment where it's like an AI voice pretending to be Donald Trump thanking immigrants. Bad Bunny was one of the main draws for Puerto Ricans who were protesting Ricky Rosselló, the governor who was ousted from Fortaleza, from power, who had to step down as governor a couple of years ago. And a lot of people point to him and the sense of pride and of empowerment that he sends Puerto Rican youth with why, in a historic election last year, the least popular party, or I don't want to say popular, but the party that used to get the least number of votes, that movement came in second place in the gubernatorial election last year. I mean, I'm not going to say it's just Bad Bunny. There are countless factors to this, but he is really sending a message, an important message of empowerment, of, you know, yes, we can, if you will, in Puerto Rico and to youth across the world and certainly across the country. So him being the headliner in a moment like this, where we're seeing so many immigrants, you know, having to leave or being deported, I think is going to send a resounding message of empowerment as well.
Oh, definitely it will. It's almost a statement in and of itself. And Lilia Luciano, all of that background information, so important too when we talk about Bad Bunny, because he's not just an amazing superstar, but he does a lot of work for the community and also brings important messages to the forefront. So appreciate your time today, Lilia Luciano, and we will see you at the Super Bowl. Thank you so much.